Addressing hidden hunger with stable isotope techniques. The example of vitamin A. There is a silent public health menace facing us today. Globally, 1 in 3 people are deficient in at least one of essential vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin A, iron and zinc, collectively referred to as micronutrients. Micronutrient deficiencies can impair growth and immunity and cognitive function. Micronutrient deficiencies are often referred to as hidden hunger, since they are largely invisible forms of malnutrition. Hidden hunger can arise from consuming foods with low micronutrient value or from frequent infections that limit the body's use of nutrients. The first 1,000 days of life, from conception to the age of 2, is the most critical period for successful growth and development. Young children grow so quickly that they often can't get enough micronutrients in their diet to keep up with their needs. Let us take the example of vitamin A. Children need adequate levels of vitamin A for good vision and to develop immunity against infections to support healthy growth. But in many low and middle-income countries, access to vitamin A-rich food is limited, and children don't always get enough vitamin A. To address the problem, nutritionists recommend the following strategies: consumption of a diverse diet, supplementation with high-dose vitamin A, and adding vitamin A to foods like rice, wheat flour, or cooking oil in a process called fortification. Developing the right strategy requires an accurate assessment of vitamin A status among the target population. The standard way of assessing vitamin A status is by measuring vitamin A concentration in blood. However, this method has a number of limitations and is influenced by the presence of infections. An isotope-based approach, the vitamin A isotope dilution technique, provides scientists with a more accurate way to measure vitamin A status. So, what are isotopes and how do they help? Isotopes are variations of the same element that have a different atomic weight. They can be used as tracers in nutritional studies. Here's how the vitamin A isotope dilution technique works. A baseline blood sample is taken from the individual. The individual consumes a dose of vitamin A labeled with a stable isotope. This labeled vitamin A mixes with existing vitamin A in the body. A second blood sample is then taken after around 14 days. These samples are analyzed to determine the amount of labeled vitamin A. The measured ratio of labeled to unlabeled vitamin A is used to estimate total vitamin A stores in the body. This technique allows scientists to assess the total vitamin A stores and to determine whether vitamin A status is adequate and acceptable. The IAEA is helping countries use this technique to develop and evaluate programs aimed at reducing vitamin A deficiency. For example, in southern Thailand, rice was fortified with iron, zinc, and vitamin A and fed to a group of school children. The vitamin A isotope dilution technique revealed that school children who consumed the fortified rice for 2 months had significantly increased their vitamin A stores. This would not have been detected with other methods. This is an example of a stable isotope technique being used as a tool to assess the effectiveness of nutritional interventions. To learn more about how the IAEA supports the use of stable isotopes to help combat vitamin A deficiencies, please visit the Human Health Campus, humanhealth.iaea.org/nutrition.